Hello friends, Bendy here, and today I wanted to talk about the Fnaf film, what the story could be for it, and what led to the film's making. Now, let's get started. The Fnaf movie is one, if not the most talked about horror films that is to be made in the last decade. The reason behind this is due to that back in 2015, it was said that Scott had plans to make a movie about Fnaf. And everyone was excited, also surprised, that Fnaf was getting a movie after its intentional release back in 2014. Many were happy to hear about this. However, the world, Scott, had other plans for the film. During the making of the Fnaf movie, Scott had many scripts of the film that would have fit the Fnaf movie well. That was easier said than done, however, and Scott had gone through many scripts because the directors that were writing them didn't fit Scott's vision of the movie. Not to mention with Warner Brothers, the first directors of the film. They were trying to make the movie more kid-friendly, to make merch off the film. That plan, however, was thrown out the window after Scott and Warner Brothers split ways. Now, that was not the issue. The only issue at the time of the film. The second issue was the timing of these events. This was the time when the world had been shut out due to the virus that had been running all rampant throughout 2019. This was an issue not just for Scott, but for many game developers at the time, because many were forced to stay at home and work at home. Now, while this was going on, Scott had been working behind the shadows, despite being and working at home. And you would guess it, he was working on the Fnaf film. Scott had been working not just on the film, but with the games, and had been introducing new characters in the world of Fnaf, with the books and the games, to make the movie feel more realistic, but also have a connection or a bond with the characters. The games go as follows. Sister location, where we meet both Mike and Elizabeth Afton, and hear some lines from the killer himself, William Afton. And see that Michael is trying to make redemption for his family's past sins, and try to save his sister. Pizzeria Simulator. This game brought light to the partnership of William and the new character, Henry Emily, and how each has been creating animatronics since the very beginning of the series, and how each have been fighting each other over disagreements. And Henry has been trying to stop William, but has been failing time and time again. With Pizzeria Simulator, we got the return of both Elizabeth and William, but also the origins of the puppet, or the daughter of Henry, Charlie Emily, who was also mentioned in the books as well. Then we go to the last three games, Ultimate Custom Night, Fnaf VR, and their most recent release, Security Breach. Ultimate Custom Night was showing that Afton, or us as the player, was in a never-ending hell of death by all the animatronics that he helped create in the games. They also the one he should not be killed. And that child was Cassidy. Then, with Fnaf VR, we see that Afton's legacy was being carried on by someone new, someone different, in which we get to know in the next game, Security Breach. In Security Breach, it introduces Vanessa, the new security guard at the new pizzeria. However, Vanessa has a new secret that we get to see in the trailers of this game. Her name was Fanny. The location, however, was destroyed by Glamlock Freddy and a new character named Gregory. And in the secret ending, we see that William has found his way in his original body of Springtrap, but with a new name, Burntrap. Freddy is quite interesting because, well, it is later confirmed that Freddy was actually Michael Afton incarnated. That's not the only thing that happened. Behind the scenes, behind the curtains, Scott had been choosing a new studio that is considered to be one of the greatest studios to make horror films, and that studio being Blumhouse Productions. That's right, the creators of the Purge movies, Happy Death Day, and of course, The Black Phone. In 2023, we got confirmation the film had already been put in production. It was ready to be filmed. Over the months, we got news on who was playing who in the film, but also where the location of the film was going to be located. That location being New Orleans. Later then, we got images of the film, what the sign would look like, what the location would look like from this outside, and a sneak peek or a leak of Michael finding someone in the mall. Then, on April 5th, we got a teaser of something that no one hadn't anticipated. The release date of the Fnaf movie, and the first picture of what the film was going to look like. Before this, however, we bet Ryan and Doggo and a few other YouTubers were flown out to see behind the scenes of the Fnaf film. Ryan went ahead and said, and I quote, that they were able to film the whole thing, but they are waiting for confirmation by Scott to be allowed to show the footage to the public, meaning that this film is something that Blumhouse intends to hold the title, the greatest horror film in entertainment history. Here's what Blumhouse had to say on Instagram on showing this picture I have just shown you. Universal Pictures will release Blumhouse Five Nights at Freddy's on Friday, October 27th, 2023, worldwide. This film is now on its way, and all we have to do is wait and make theories of what the film might be. However, the timing on making that film is questionable. The release date on the 27th, just 3 days. Well, 4, if I guess you could say. 4 days before Halloween, by the way. My best theory on that is they intentionally did that, because within those four days, you're going to get a new release of a new Fnaf game. And that's just my theory for now. But now, here's what my thoughts are on what the story might be, and will hold for us once we step into those theaters to watch this film. The film will be reimagining of the books and the first 3 games of Fnaf. The reason I say this is because if you look closely at the teaser picture I just showed you about the film, you can see that the building looks old, withered. Now look at Freddy as well. You see something odd. He's missing an ear. However, the rest of his body is not totally destroyed. In fact, it's entirely compact, unlike his counterpart in Fnaf 2. Why is this? It's quite simple, really. This film is going to take place between Fnaf 1 and Fnaf 3. What do I mean by this? Picture this. The film might be during the time where the building is closed down and gets reopened sometime later after the events of Fnaf 2. Then, we see Michael do his shift, and we see it play out throughout the week, only to see that Mike had already done this. In fact, it was just a memory, a flashback, a vision, an hallucination. We then get a scene of the present and see that the inside of the pizzeria is gone, destroyed, like the building was left to rot, forgotten in time. Then, the events of the minigames of Fnaf 3 play out, and we see our first look at the murderer, the man behind the slaughter. Now, this is only part of my theory for now, but if you want to hear this theory, then you know what to do. Now, that's all for me for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, if you guys want more videos like this, please like, and subscribe to join me on this channel's next chapter of horror. Now, if you are new, subscribe for more, and I will show you more FNAF and horror videos like this in the near future. Alright, take care, and remember,
I always come back.
okay, take care, my friends, and stay safe.